Welcome back, everyone. 10th week, 10th dose. In actual fact, it's my 11th because a few weeks ago I was feeling a little bit unwell. So as a safety measure, I took an extra dose midweek and it was nothing. I was just tired from work and kids.
Dad?
Me? You talking to me?
Yeah. Can I ask you stuff? Today, we are going to go to JJ. So, are you going to make a video with the rat that you will sell?
No. We did a video last week and I didn't upload it. It's on the GoPro.
Okay.
So, remind me when we come home and I'll do that. Okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, and then we will sell the girls now, and then they will have a season 2.
I don't think I'm selling any rats today.
You would, you said.
I don't know, maybe we'll go, no, because we're going to the hospital first, so I'm not going to sell any rats today. Today, I am going to take my ivermectin, like I was saying, my 10th weekly dose. I've got a fatty meal.
Sauce.
Kind of.
Sauce, pasta sauce.
Spaghetti bolognese.
Hey.
I live in Thailand. Came here to eat Italian. Anyway.
And our mom will sell some
I hope
what?
our mum doesn't watch this video.
Why?
And yeah, I want to discuss a few things today. I don't know. Are people waking up to living in a totalitarian state? In looking at what's going on with some of the protests and what's going on in Australia. I even spoke to an Australian friend of mine who lives on the west, and he told me that he didn't even know what's going on over in Sydney and Melbourne. And to be quite honest with you, my hat off to him, because it says two things. It says one main thing, which is he's not paying any attention to mainstream media and the news, which is the same for me. I try and avoid it at all costs. But yeah, the second thing that it does say, which isn't a good thing, is that the narrative in Australia, the mainstream media, which I've seen a few clips, portray the protesters in a terrible way and the police as saints. All of a sudden, you know, the pigs are saints. I don't know. In Europe, they've been pushing for euthanasia for so long, but now they want to inject kids to protect grandma. Come on then, show her. Come on. You need to be this side. Her name is Beans and she's going back today. Yeah, returning her. No one cares for her except for me, and I don't care, so she's going back. Let me eat. Can I eat? Yeah. Very pretty. You know what? The ivermectin's really good. It gives me a side effect of a boost of energy. I need it. Actually, I'll put a clip now of what I've been doing outside. I'm building an aquaponics and hydroponics in the side of my garden. So I'll put a small clip on that whilst I eat. Anyone who wants to know why bother having kids, well, this is one reason. So the dump truck just came and got my hand stuck, my finger. I'm lucky I didn't lose it. Really lucky. And I'm lucky I've got a strong 10-year-old. Right, son? Yes. Yeah. Come on, put your back into it, lad. You do all of that, I'll give you 20 baht. Okay, 30. And buy you an ice cream too.
I want Rover.
Well, oh my goodness. So you'd better put your back into it. And that is going in here. Lovely, this is 6 by 3 meters. So roughly 18 by 9 foot. Yeah, so quite a job. I've got like an hour or so to do this, and then that's it for this weekend, I think. because I want to deal with my rats next. I want to make them a beautiful enclosure. That's just temporary for now. That's not all the rats, that's like half the rats. Okay, you think you can finish in an hour?
Yeah.
Okay, good boy. Bye. I did a video a few weeks ago in this hospital. It's fantastic. So there's my medication. It's an hour after the food. And what I wanted to discuss about tyranny, I think I'm just going to leave it. I'm hoping that people are aware, certainly people that are watching my videos are aware that we're not free. This is communism. They're thinking not about the individual. So the individual doesn't have free will, free choice. Instead, it's just the community. So vaccinating the kids, which of course you must because it's recommended by the WHO and Fauci and all of those evil people in order to protect grandma, okay? God forbid that you protest, that you think for yourself, that you try and help yourself. Be good sheeple. Right. Doing acupuncture because I've got chronic backache. I'll record later again, okay? I do want to talk a bit more, get things off my chest. There's a slight view of Bangkok. Down there it's Silom and Saton. I used to live there. It's called the State Tower, Laboa Hotel. So I lived on the 33rd floor, had a river view. Yeah, that tall one's the Jewelry Trade Center. I'm there very often. The acupuncture? I don't know, does it work? How does it feel? Kind of weird, some of the needles I can feel and I get a twitch when they actually pierce the skin, and then some of the other needles I don't feel whatsoever. So, but that's my third session, and I'll go back, I'll do a full 10, so I've got 7 more. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to have a bit of a rant to do with the tyranny, and it's not really the anti-protest stuff and the police state and arresting people for not wearing a mask. It's not, I mean, that's really bad in itself, but censorship of information. Like on this media platform, I had one of my videos removed for breaking community guidelines, and I still don't know what part of the video was in breach of community guidelines, so I've got to be really careful. And what my hope is that more people are seeing and learning about the tyranny and recognizing it for what it is, and realizing that the means don't justify the ends, and that there are other ends. Right? It doesn't just have to be these lockdowns like what's going on in Eastern Australia. There could be other targeted protection where you target those that are in a higher risk category, where you empower those who are fearful, instead of just everyone together. My wife wants me. She probably wants to warn me about my blood pressure. So, 1 second. So I guess I'm assuming that people who are looking into ivermectin, thank you, the people that are looking into ivermectin are critical thinkers. I hope so. This has to stop. We've got to vote these people out and change it. I'm not a socialist. I'm a libertarian, live and let live. But I don't believe that I don't believe in tyranny for any good cause. What they say, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I don't believe the good intentions whatsoever, because it's satanic to sacrifice our children. As a parent, I shield my kids. I don't use them as a shield to protect me. So I'm not a diabetic, and I'm not 87 and whatever, I'm not obese. So maybe it's easy for me to say that. I don't know, but I like to think that in any situation, I'd sacrifice myself for my kids. They're not a threat from this pandemic, whatever you want to call it. And the jab offers them next to no benefit. It's not being done for their benefit. And we live in a sick world. You know, it's bad enough that we tolerate these elites. Tuya! All corrupt, all multi-millionaires. Look at Tony Blair. 10 years talking, yeah, we're going to protect English farmers. Then he signs everything off to the EU. It's like, what happened? Oh no, we had no choice. But don't worry, I'm going to protect our fishing industry. Next day, he gives 70% of it to the European Union. Then, when he finishes his 2 terms, what's he get? A cushy job. Special envoy to the Middle East. 220,000 euro a year, thank you very much, for 5 days a year. 10 years makes him a multi-euro millionaire. Then he gets a European Union pension. What's all that about? Sorry. They are corrupt as hell. What to do about it? Vote them out. I voted Brexit because I believe in democracy. I believe in taxation with representation. And there's no representation when Brussels is telling us what to do. So why should I pay tax? That wasn't the deal. The deal is you extort taxation from me and I get to vote once every X amount of years. And I tolerate it. So why do I need the Belgians with the French and the Germans who couldn't conquer Europe twice in war? They get it free in peace. Which way? So that's why I voted Brexit, not because I'm a neo-fascist, right-wing, white supremacist. Because I love what democracy stands for. And then who'd they put? Theresa bloody May, a Remainer. How does someone that wants to remain in Europe take care of us getting out of it? And then the narrative changes. Well, how much out? Like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Which foot should be in? It was vote in or out. In Ireland, they vote for abortion, they lose. Okay, 2 years later, and millions in brainwashing and advertising and campaigns, vote again. They lose. Okay, no worries. In 2 more years, we'll vote again. Now they win. Any more votes? No. Now they've got abortion. Do we get another vote? No. So what to do? Vote them out. And don't be part of the machine. Take care of yourself. Be a critical thinker. Trust yourself. Leo Sai. Amazon. I mean, okay, maybe it's not conspiracy. the Amazon increases in sales revenue and wealth and value to a similar extent as the destruction of the middle class, a wealth transfer. Maybe they didn't ask for it, but nor did the middle class. They didn't ask for it. So do you know what? Reappropriate from Amazon and give it to those that were devastated. Why should the government pay? The government pays from what? Tax! So they're borrowing on our children's futures. There are people reaping the benefits of borrowing. They're reaping the benefits today, and they're not the ones paying it back. Our kids are going to have to pay it back. Which way?
เลี้ยวขวา
Qua.
GPS เขาอะไรก็ไม่รู้
เขาอะไร
ไปซ้ายไปขวาต้องหาหลวง
Go. You came on to find out about ivermectin. I'm on my 10th weekly dose, but I've actually had 11 because I took like a midweek booster dose. I'm taking the normal amount that's recommended for its normal label usage. But if you go to FLCCC Alliance, go to DuckDuckGo. Don't support the others. By the way, with Amazon, I don't buy nothing from Amazon. You know what else? I avoid anything made in China, the Uyghurs and all of that. Falun Gong. No, look, turn a blind eye, Gucci. Puya. I don't buy Gillette after they made out that all white men are somehow evil. So I don't buy Gillette. Not going to give them my money. Gillette, the best a man can get. That was good. I go to the shop, I look at trainers. I try to avoid Nike. It used to be my favourite brand, but because of Colin Kaepernick, I try to avoid them. Sorry. But that's my personal preference. I avoid them. And so I bought some Reeboks, whatever you want to call them. I looked where they were made in Vietnam. Oh, I'll have that. Okay. And I bought them at a 50% discount also. U-turn. I'm going to go. Because I'm in the middle of who knows where. Trying to get to the weekend market.
เอาตรงไปก่อนอีก300
Trong
เมตร
Pai. The other thing you can do to try and keep your sanity is avoid the news. Okay? You'll feel much better for it. I get stressed out when I think about it, or when I hear about it, or when I see about it. So,
เลี้ยว
shit,
ขวาเลี้ยวขวานี่
Leo Kwa.
ขวา
Facebook, you know, I stopped back in January. So I couldn't deal with it. I still can't deal with it.
เลี้ยวขวานี่หรือเปล่า
No.
here
What here? There's no Kwa here. I'm gonna go because I trust my GPS more than my wife's GPS. So I'm sorry I got frustrated. So again, DuckDuckGo, FLCCC, Alliance, and then you'll find the website for physicians who give all the information you need on ivermectin and on other things you could use to try and reduce the risk of contracting the YouTube guidelines of contracting the parasitic pandemic, because that's the label usage for ivermectin. And they even list for people in the US, I don't know about other places, but they even list for you physicians that will prescribe it for you. So good luck. I hope this was entertaining. I don't think it was very informative, but keep well. I'll be back next week. Bye. Kids, say goodbye.
Bye.
The Thai way.
สวัสดีค่ะ
Wear your masks!